Hidalgo County happens to be the ninth biggest county in the state of Texas, and of course, it's growing fast. We all know it's growing fast, and we know that with that, we need to adapt and be more create more modernization, because at the end of the day, we want to be more efficient, more transparent. Very simple. Me, I'm all about modernization. I want to make sure that we're able to tell the public or show the public exactly where funding is going, how much payroll is. But in order to do that, how do we educate them on that? Well, it's very simple. I'd like to create an application where everybody usually has access to a phone. So what better way than to make sure that information is readily available to them on an application app, Treasurer's Office application app, where it'll give you the revenue, the expenditures, uh, everything having to do with payroll, investment balances. Be very transparent so that the public can easily go press on an application button and scroll down through the. I want to make sure that it's simple, not just, a lot of people can read and understand what they're reading. A lot of people are visual people. So at the end of the day, I want to make it sure where it's so easy to understand that you just press a graph or press, a tab, and it'll give you the breakdown, the simple breakdown on, like I said, county revenue, payroll, investments, fund balance. And of course, it's very simple too. County commissioners have county commissioners court every week. At the end of the day, I will take it upon myself to go out there and make sure that I give reports on a weekly basis, because all these meetings are televised and they're there for the public to see. And of course, it's our responsibility, if a taxpayer elects you to be the representative of the treasurer's office, for you yourself or for me myself to be there and make sure that I give those reports on a weekly basis as well. Taxpayers elect you to be responsible, physically responsible, making sure that their taxpayers, their monies are spent and directed in the right directions. It's very simple. I think I would have, for me, in my opinion, what I would do is I would have a 90-day plan. Okay, first of all, we conduct a review and analysis. We analyze everything on current investments at the time. Okay, and then we also perform. I'd like to perform and evaluate the performance, all the risks that are being taken, the diversification, and make sure that we're in compliance with everything. We want to be safe. We need to safeguard these money. So we want to make sure, it's we need to improve and find ways to improve some of these investments if we can, always responsibly, and making sure that we do not take risk that it's going to jeopardize or going to hurt us in the long run. But at the end of the day, our county is big, so we need to always find opportunities to grow and make sure that, of course, like always, be transparent with our community. And of course, all this would be also, our community would be able to see all this through all the improvement when it comes to the Treasurer's app and things that we want to do electronically to make sure that we're more efficient and we're more in compliance with everything that we do. Everything is transparent. I come from a background that I've served in many capacity and boards, and one of the things that really helps, and I think we were a little bit, I like to get people's feedback. And what I mean by this is create committees from members of the community, bankers. I also have a law enforcement background. I'm a judge. I've been a judge for 10 years. So I know when it comes to rules and regulations, when it comes to bonds. But I'd like to form committees and make sure that we're able to review everything when it comes to bail bond license, meet all the financial and legal requirements, and then make sure that we're in compliance with state and regulation laws. All this is very important because we want to be fast and we want to be accurate when we make decisions. And of course, always keeping in mind and protecting the financial liability and risk. But I'd like to take politics out of it and make sure that we're always making the right decision and making the right. We represent our constituents well and making sure that they get the best fairness possible every time that we make a decision. Um, we also need to understand that we need to work collaboratively with law enforcement and I guess other board members as well. So it's very important for me when it comes to relationships. It's very important because that's the way we're able to communicate with each one another and making sure that we are whenever we need from each other, we're always there, and we know that working together, that's the way we're going to be able to make things work better and faster at this stage. So um, it's my background really does help when it comes to this because, like I said, I've been a municipal judge. I'm also a board. I've been on many boards of financial institutions, and I'm also serving at the planning and zoning committee for the Hidalgo County. So it's a little bit diversity, but I know that I'm able to implement a lot of these ideas and moving forward as a board as a bail bondsman.